We have often heard and said that communication is the key to a healthy relationship. But what happens when this communication becomes the cause for hurtful exchanges and fights in a relationship or marriage? We all say some hurtful things to our partners and spouses as couples. All of us have those common fights and arguments. So what should you not say in an argument? Here are 12 words you should never ever say to a woman. Number 1, what have you done for me? We tend to ignore the efforts and sacrifices our significant other puts in for us. We see only our version of the relationship and tend to set our perception and opinions on solely those. When you are in the midst of a fight, asking what's your partner's contribution to the relationship is the most hurtful thing to say. Efforts in the relationship don't always have to be spoken or reminded of. Your partner might have done a lot for you without you even knowing. Understand how hurtful this is for someone who does a lot for you. The most hurtful thing to say to a guy is to tell him he is a lazy husband, a selfish boyfriend, or he is trying to control you and not letting you fly. But when you cool down, you realize all the things he is doing for you always. But the worst words have already been uttered. Number 2, you're just ruined my day. People in successful marriages understand that there will be some good days, some off days. No matter how bad a day you've had, you should never tell your partner that she ruined your day. You might be facing some pressure at work or having some family drama, but this doesn't give you a reason to lash out on your partner. Saying something like this, which you don't even mean, is something you should never say to your partner. Think about how your partner feels when you blame them for ruining your day. The most hurtful thing to say to anyone is telling them that because of them, your day has been ruined. Remember, this kind of behavior will only end up making your relationship toxic. Number 3, look at them and look at us. Every relationship is different. There's no need to compare your relationship with anyone else's. As they say, the grass is always greener on the other side. What you might be seeing may just be a facade of the reality of their relationship. They might be hating each other like crazy when no one else is around. Comparing yourself with other couples in front of your partner makes them feel demotivated and lowers their morale. But in the modern world of fake relationships and social media PDA, we end up comparing our love life with those projected in the virtual world, and we end up hurting our partners. The most hurtful thing to say to a man is that he is unable to provide all the fun your friends are having on SM as couples. This is a mistake that can ruin your relationship. Number 4. Why do you always embarrass me? Such a thing happens when both partners belong to different backgrounds, like perhaps in an intercaste marriage. Your partner tries to match up to your expectations, but something or the other always lacks. Instead of appreciating your partner's efforts for trying to fit into your world, you reprimand them for trying to embarrass you. The most hurtful thing to say to a man is he was embarrassing you with his lack of table etiquette at a part, or he was not dressed well enough. You could apologize after saying all this, but he would never get over the hurt of such statements. Did your partner's efforts really embarrass you, or you just thought you would be embarrassed? You were embarrassed because you didn't think your partner capable enough to match up to your level. Instead of demotivating them, encourage them and welcome them into your world. Number 5. Yeah, your job isn't as important as mine. Respect is one of the essential elements of a relationship. In no way should disrespect be tolerated in a relationship. If you can't respect your partner, you can't expect your partner to respect the relationship. No matter whose job is more demanding, a job is a job, and everyone takes pride in doing what they do. Every hurtful word uttered has its consequences. Saying hurtful things like these will only make your partner lose respect for you. This is something most husbands end up telling their wives who are homemakers. They also end up telling this to career women who might not be earning as much as them. But this can create a permanent wound in the relationship that could be hard to heal. Number 6, you're my biggest mistake. We all at some point have doubts regarding the relationship, but we don't ever say it loud because we know that it's a phase that will pass. Sometimes when things get heated up, we tend to tell our partner that getting involved with them was a mistake. At this point, all the years of courtship are put to question just because of this phrase. Even though you didn't mean it, your partner begins to think that you don't love them anymore. If you keep saying something like this, you gradually move towards an unhealthy relationship. and you wouldn't know when you have to make all the extra effort to fix a broken relationship. Number 7, why don't you try being like her? The moment you tell your partner to become like someone they are not, it hurts them a lot. They might not tell you how much it hurt them, but in reality, it hurts their image, their ego, and also their self-esteem. You asking them to be like someone else gives them the idea that someone else could be replacing them if they didn't change. Number 8, it's your fault. This is one of the most hurtful things to say, but the most common things people end up saying in a romantic relationship. Many a times, one of the partners screws things up and the blame game begins. Never blame your partner by telling them that it's their fault. Even if they have made a mistake, tell them that how it could be avoided and talk to them calmly instead of playing the blame game. Your partner may not have committed the mistake intentionally, and playing the blame game will only make things worse. Sometimes it's better to acknowledge your own fault and where you went wrong. Always telling your partner it's your fault is the most hurtful thing to say. Number 9, I want to break up. Well, in a relationship or marriage, all is not roses. There will be times when you will want an out. At this point of time, your frustrated self will start acting up and say things which you don't even mean. Every time things go wrong, you may wish for a divorce or break up. Thinking about a divorce becomes your point of focus. After hurting your partner, you will realize that you didn't mean it at all, but it will be too late. Don't say phrases like, I want to break up or divorce out of impulse. This hurts your partner more than anything else and could ruin your relationship in the long run. Number 10, you are so selfish. There are times when you will feel that the relationship isn't going your way. That doesn't mean that you will blame your partner for the things that aren't going according to you. Calling your partner selfish indicates that your partner doesn't care for you, wherein this may not be the reason for your lash out. Think of all the sacrifices that your partner has made before raising such accusations. And ask yourself, are you being the selfish one in this relationship? Look for the answer in yourself. Number 11, I miss my ex. You may be frank with your partner, but this doesn't mean that you tell them anything and everything that comes into your mind. You need to understand that there are some things that you need to keep to yourself. Otherwise, you will end up hurting your partner. Mentioning an ex and saying good things about them and comparing them with your partner is the most hurtful thing to do. Saying that you miss your ex will make your partner feel like a rebound, and she will start feeling inferior to your ex. Number 12, I'm not in love with you anymore. I'm not in love with you anymore is one of the phrases your partner should never tell you. In a relationship that has gone way past the honeymoon phase, there will be several ups and downs, and attractive singles luring you to get back in the game. At this point, you may feel that you deserve someone more attractive, and may even think that you don't love your partner anymore. Saying this to your partner will hurt them terribly, especially when they are so committed and dedicated in the relationship. Understand your feelings properly before you say such things to your partner.